Welcome to Walking with Jesus Bible Study. We're going to be in the book of Psalms, chapter 10, verse 2. The wicked in his pride does persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. And I'm going to repeat that. The wicked in his pride does persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. Wicked men that are just greedy, filthy, all just want worldly gain, and is willing to secure it at all cost, will go as far as to persecute and defraud even the poor, to seek gain for themselves. But God sees what they do. But God will have them also be taken in the very trap that them themselves has planted. Just like in the case of Haman that we see in the book of Esther. He went ahead and made this gallows to be bought so that he can hang up Mordecai in the gallows. And it turns out, what happened? God turned around and had Haman hang on the gallows. And it says many times in the scriptures, many times, that whatever trap or snares that the enemy has set forth, that he would turn around and have them, what? Caught in their own traps, into their own snares. These people out there, though they may be thinking that they're doing good work, when they're sitting there recording themselves, helping the needy, giving money here and there, it's not coming from the heart. If it was coming from the heart, you wouldn't have time to bring out your phone and record what you were doing. It's not for the whole world to know. That is for you to help that person. That's for God to see. And God to see only. It is not your story for you to be posting about those poor people and what they're going through for the whole world to see them down and out. Their story is not over. You don't know where God has them yet. It could be that the very next month, or the very next 3 months, or the very next year, they will no longer be in that position. Because God is not through with them. The fact that you're using that and want everybody to know is all out of your own self-gain. A lot of people can sit there and argue and say, no, it's not, I really did truly wanted to help those people. Then why did you need to post it? You're only posting it so other people can see what you have done. So you can get all these likes, gain more followers. You are gaining off the poor. There's many scriptures in the Bible that talks about doing that very thing. That you are wicked, you are evil. It also says many times in the scriptures that God would use evil for good. Even though you're sitting there gaining all that off of that person, God still blessed those people and he used you to do it. God uses all evil for good. We may not understand it. We may not, even see the reasoning of certain things. We cannot understand how it's going to end up. That's because we can't see the ending. We can't see the full story. Some stories, we only see the little parts. And to us, it's not going to make no sense because we didn't know there was 4 parts to that story that concluded to the ending. So even if it's happening to us or happening to somebody else, there's a lot of things where God where we can't, where we're sitting there looking like, this don't make no sense. God, how is this going to, God, how is this? I don't understand. Probably because the thing that you're looking at is a part. You just don't know what part it is. And even when you try to make sense of it, when you equal it out, you cannot see how it's going to do anything. Because you're thinking it's the whole complete story. That is the whole complete situation. Because you don't know the beginning to the end. You can't see what part it is. Because your mind cannot concept the things that God has put in place. That's why in any and everything we got to remember not to lean onto our own understandings, but to just go ahead and just trust God. We're like, this don't make no sense. And if we learned anything from the scriptures, the more it don't make sense, ooh, the better the outcome is going to come. The better God's going to come up and show out. If we got to write that on our hand, like, ooh, if it's crazy, don't make no sense. Wait for it. Wait for it. Ooh, can't wait to see what God's going to do with this. Because he loves showing people that it was nobody else but him. Most times when it doesn't seem like God's in it at all is when he's in it the very most. And he's just going to prove to everybody that it could only have been him. Could only have been him. Because all other ways were impossible. God loves to show everybody just how powerful he is and to prove that it is him and his existence. And that nobody could have done that but him. It's funny how like a lot of unbelievers don't want to believe in God. But love to say, oh, we need a miracle. Oh, thank God for that miracle. It's funny. They don't want to believe in God. Or they want to sit there and justify other gods and other religions. But you don't see any of them when it comes to receiving a miracle or something great that they lead on like, oh, we need something from Muhammad. Only Muhammad can give this blessing and this miracle. Because everything all leads to God, whether we want to see it and whether we want to believe it or not. It's coming forth, it's speaking truth, even in the unbelievers when they do such things. I just love seeing this. It makes me laugh, makes me giggle. Anytime I hear somebody who doesn't even believe in God whatsoever, but yet believes in miracles, and so, oh, we need a miracle from God. It just makes me laugh. It just is like, it's mind-blowing. Like, how they can come up with that theory if you don't believe in it, but you can believe in miracles and you know that the miracles only come from God. It's not coming from the universe. People who like to be all scientific and say that, you know, the whole Big Bang Theory or whatever way they want to go. But when it comes to certain things like that, that's God speaking. That's God showing, like, that's them believing whether they want to or not. Their own words coming out is confirming it. So it just cracks me up. God is in everything. If we pay attention. That sometimes, I'm pretty sure it makes unbelievers sit here and think like, yeah, why do I say that? Why do I believe that? Because those are seeds. Those are seeds. Seeds that God has planted. His imprint. To where there is going to be no denying. Because you can't deny that.